So I'm going to introduce you to BIDS, a data standard to support the neuroimaging community. BIDS is the brain imaging data structure. It's just a standard to store, organize, and share your neuroimaging data. Why is it needed? This could be a potential scenario in a lab. This is Professor Smith. Okay, I need to ask Mike about this old data. There's so much more we can do with it. But this is Mike. He doesn't longer work in the lab. So Professor Smith needs a lot of help. What's the problem? The problem is data is organized differently between institutions and even within a lab. So there's a suboptimal usage of resources. Human resources, because we spend a lot of time trying to rearrange the data. Infrastructure resources, because we need a lot of data storage, many times duplicates, and financial, because disorganized data has very limited longevity after and very limited value after the first publication. So on top of that, disorganized data conduces to very poor reproducibility of results, even within the lab where the data was collected. So BIDS tries to deal with some of these problems. BIDS is based on very simple file formats and folder structures. We have to mention that BIDS is not a file format, it's not a new file format, but it recommends which file formats to use. For example, Nifty, JSON, TSP, and also it specifies the naming convention for the files and the directories. BIDS put a lot of attention to metadata, so it prevents metadata from getting lost while doing your research. The metadata is stored in JSON files that are readable by both humans and machines. This is very useful for databases on when you want to query your data. And the key principles behind BIDS, the first one is adoption. Adoption is crucial. We try to minimize complexity and facilitate adoption. Sorry. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to reuse existing methods and technologies whenever possible. We also try to follow the 80-20 rule to tackling 80% of the most commonly used cases. And finally, the engagement of the global neuroimaging community, which is key for a successful outcome, especially during the creation of the specification. This is an example of a BIDS schema. This is your upper folder dataset, and then you have some information about the project, your participants, your dataset description. And then
your slide is not changing in the view anymore for us. Can you just make sure that it's, I think it's with the mouse.
Okay, so from...
There we go, now it works.
From when? All the other things?
Just from the previous slide, just from the previous slide.
So yeah, then you will have inside your subject, you will have several sessions, and inside every session you will have anatomy. You can have also functional, like your fMRI task, you're specified with your JSON, and you may have your diffusion, or in another session your MEG or EEG, behavioral, and so on. And then you will have different more subjects. What's a TSV is just a very simple text, organized tabular separated values with some keywords and some data. It's really simple, so very easy to specify your metadata there. Also, you have JSON files that are just pairs of keywords with values that are with commitas. And yeah, it's something that is very easily adopted. So there you will have your metadata, your sampling frequency, and all the specifications you need for your recorded data. BIDS, it's a community-led standard that is the result of ongoing collaboration of amazing people. That could be any of you. And the specification is created after sharing knowledge and decisions and consensus through the email discussion list, through the shared Google Docs, and through GitHub. We have a a GitHub account where you can contribute to the project, and there's a really big community behind. We have now a very well specified governance structure, and every extension to a new modality is called a BID, and each of them has a leader. And there's also a BIDS steering group. This is this year's the current steering group, and we are all people from around the world with different expertise on different modalities. And here you have Melanie, which is the responsible for the BIDS. And we also have a really good team of BIDS maintainers. You will hear Stefan in a bit also. And but above all this, we have like hundreds of people behind. These are some of the contributors through GitHub, and you will see there's a very really open and inclusive community. I really encourage any of you. You are very welcome to join and contribute whenever you can or you feel. And we have a starter kit that that gives you some clues on how to start contributing. And there's a global community of over 200 people that created BIDS and too many neuroimaging modalities and many more to come. It all started in Stanford with MRI and 2016, and then very soon it got extended to MEG, and then to AEG, intracranial EEG, task event, electrophysiology, behavioral, genetics, and there's a super long list of working projects like the PET that hopefully some could be merged to the main specification. And please, you are really welcome to join and contribute. We also have the derivatives, which are like after you process your data, it's not anymore in raw format. You will have to specify the derivatives, and the common derivatives have already been merged like a week ago. So they are already in the main specification, and soon we'll have some specific derivatives for every modality. And to have your data organized in BIDS is really good for future users, but also very good for future you, because at the end, if you have your data organized, you can also do very good future projects. So thank you very much, and join the BIDS community, and we'll have a BIDS emerging session at OHBN, where we will be all of us trying to solve any question and answers, but also you please feel free to ask now. Thank you very much.